now. It's Damn Good Time Podcast. Damn Good Time. It's a Damn Good Time Podcast. Yeah, dude. I wish I could freestyle a little better, but either way, I'll freestyle by saying this. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is the Damn Good Time Podcast.
Hit him with it.
Hit him with it. Fucking A, dude.
Boom. Got him.
I love it when that happens. It's so serendipitous,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like that song has been playing for a while, and it just ends.
Yeah, we just perfect timing. We're so good at what
we
we
planned
do.
it.
So good at what we do.
Yeah. For anybody watching, listening, whatever you're doing, we actually planned that out.
Yeah.
It's all
but
scripted.
Us talking about it made it not cool.
It's
anymore.
it's so fucking scripted.
Could you just shut that off and like we just went into it? It'd be so much cooler.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Come in here and you got to end here and you got to do brat brat there.
but I get excited whenever it happens and we don't plan it.
Right. But we did.
Yes.
Anyways,
Anywho, Ben,
what's going on?
not much, dude. I just got back from a trip up in that dumb state up north, you know.
Shishigan.
Yeah, Shittigan,
Shittigan.
Ishigan, whatever. You know.
We're obviously from Ohio and Ohio State fans, so
Yes.
know. It's not rivalry week. I don't mind calling it Michigan, but
Well, and I wasn't hanging out in Ann Arbor. I was over Jackson, Lancaster, and then I went way up north to Traverse City,
oh yeah, that's
that
a trip.
area,
That's a trip.
and then all the way back down. Big Rapids, not the Grand Rapids. I didn't
Yeah.
realize there's two different kinds of rapids up there.
A lot of rapids.
Yep.
A lot of
it's
rapids around there.
Big Rapids area, and then back down. And I know I shouted them out on the podcast before, but once again, I got God damn it, is it called?
You get some weed.
No. I went to this barbecue joint. I got it's Rocky Top. That's what it is. Rocky Top Barbecue in Jackson, Michigan is fantastic.
Nice.
Fantastic. Every time I go up there, I visit this place, and once again, it did not disappoint. Got this big sampler platter. It had smoked wings, brisket, pulled pork, sausages, and
sausages.
and then ribs. Big fucking spread. And it was one of those days where like we worked late into the day, and so we were eating this about like 3, so it was a late lunch. And then so since I got a trainee with me, normally I just eat one meal a day kind of when I'm on the road. But since I got a trainee with me, he's like, so yeah, he gets hungry around lunchtime. I'm like, no, we just got to fucking work, get it done, and then eat late.
Yeah.
So then this was like a late lunch, and I'm expecting him to want dinner or something. He's like, and we're both like, dude, we have all these leftovers. That's dinner at the hotel. So then I'm sitting in bed at the hotel eating more barbecue. And it's like, I don't know what it is, but there's a feeling you get when you're sitting in a bed you don't give a shit about.
Right.
And I'm still kind enough that I at least grab the towel, you know? Grab one of the extra towels. I get like 3 or 4 towels for a night.
Right.
But I don't want to get it on the bedspread.
You're sleeping.
I'm not a complete animal, you know?
Right.
But I have a king. I could go to the other side,
Just
you know?
tear that side up.
Or even if I had a double queen, like I could just like eat in one and then sleep in the other.
Right.
But so I got
My eating bed and my sleeping bed.
I got the towel on me, and I'm sitting there eating wings, and I hate cable television, so like I keep like my pinky finger clean so I can like swipe through TikTok. I got the phone propped up, swiping through TikTok, just barbecue all over me, and I'm like, all right, and then I just kind of get all the sauce on my chest and like little riblet leavings and meat leavings and stuff, and like I just wipe my fingers off on my towel on my chest, ball it up, throw it in the corner, and like, sorry, maids. And then I'm like, cool, man.
I don't care. Just get up, throw it in a big thing, and it all goes in the industrial washer and dryer.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Whatever.
But there's something about like laying in bed and eating barbecued meats, dude.
I would love to interview hotel cleaners
Oh, God.
and like see like some of the worst shit, like especially like Vegas ones,
Oh yeah.
and see how bad some of those rooms have been, and like what's the worst thing they've ever found.
Who is the worst?
What's the most valuable thing they ever found? Because
Fuck yeah,
they've had
dude.
to have found some just cash or even poker chips. Like,
Yeah, like I found like $5,000 worth of chips just rolled under the bed.
yeah, just like
You know,
all in the bed sheets. They just
Yeah.
apparently woke up, had them in their pockets, didn't even realize, and ran out of the hotel.
this
to catch
guy
their
left his
flight.
cocaine in the freezer or something.
Oh
you
my
know,
god, yeah, tons of drugs and booze and
because there's a lot of times too, like me being an alcoholic or a booze lover. You know, if I was cleaning a room and I like, because there's times like maybe you buy a 12-pack, put it in the fridge, you drink like 3 or 4, fall asleep, and it's like, oh, I got to check out tomorrow. I'm like, I'm not gonna take those with me or
Right.
whatever. So you got like 8 beers sitting in the fridge, and if I go in and clean that room, like, fuck, we got like 8 beers, dude. Like, do you take them back? Like, I wonder what the hotel protocol on that is. Like, yeah, if you find anything in the fridge, throw it away.
probably dispose of them.
Or do you just sit there and smash 8 beers and say, like, I found all these cans?
I would say disposal, because you don't know if somebody like tampered with them, put something in it. You know,
True.
that's going to be their protocol. Now, us being us, we'd be like, let's put it in this trash bag. It's going in the trash in a fake trash bag, and then
Yep.
at the end of the day, I'm
of-
taking the trash out, and then I grab that trash bag and chuck it in my car.
Yeah, or you leave it beside the dumpster and you pick it
Yeah.
up later or something.
There's been times, I mean, even in Vegas, I remember like my wedding, we left
Fuck, dude.
over a case of beer in that room.
Yeah, probably easy more because the last night of your wedding week, you guys had that suite,
Penthouse,
the penthouse suite
Mhm.
at
New York, New York.
yeah, and it was the which tower was it? I forget.
I don't know. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the penthouse tower. It
On
was,
the top,
it was awesome.
and I remember it seemed like
It was like 700 square feet.
because the venue was what, like 20 minutes away or something.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of different people got a bunch of different Ubers. And then I know with our Uber, like, can we stop and get beer? He's like, you have to. So I got on the app, added stop. We got like 3 cases of beer. We
Yeah, I
pull
told
in.
a bunch of people to get beer.
Yeah.
Everybody got beer.
I remember we pull in and like the bellhop comes out. We load it onto the cart and then we take the cart up. So we're rolling in with like 4 cases of beer with like the 4 people that were in our Uber.
Yeah.
And then we get up there and like other people brought beer and there's no way we drank all that beer.
No.
And we didn't fly back with it.
No, because we expected everybody from the wedding to come back to the penthouse, and
Yeah.
that's not what happened at all. I think maybe a third of the people came back to the penthouse. Everybody else was already
Maybe
like,
had like a dozen back there.
everybody was 2, which is a third, because we only had like 36 people.
Yeah.
36 or 40 people.
Yeah.
Everybody else had drank too much of the wedding because the bartender was pouring double triples on every single drink she poured.
I remember
it was just like, oh no, that's bad.
our one buddy that passed out. I'm not gonna throw his name out there, but
Yeah.
he kind of made a scene
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit.
Yeah.
It was super funny. But I remember he's like, yeah, I ordered a vodka cranberry, and it was a pint glass, and his vodka was like 3/4 of the glass,
Yeah.
and then a little bit of cranberry on top. It's like, fuck, dude, you just got like 8 shots.
Yeah, that
He's
bartender.
like, I know, right? It's awesome. And he's fucking slamming. It was like, and then the end of the night, it's like, I understand what happened.
Yeah,
You know, I understand.
I appreciate that bartender wouldn't make tips, but
Fantastic.
that's bad. That's not good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not good for a wedding, and still a hell of a damn good time.
Yeah. The thing is, the lady that his girl that he pissed off, they're still together. So like the whole
Yeah.
debacle that became the thing, they're still together. So
Yeah.
it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah,
They got it blown out of proportion too, I think.
yeah, things just happen. Whatever.
Either way, but yeah, like I'm curious what the hotel made protocol is on. Yeah, dude, we found like 18 beers. What do we do with them?
I mean,
I imagine the hotels probably tells them to throw it away, but then they probably run it down, put it on their cart. They put it back in their room, and they're like, "Hey, maintenance guys, you guys want a couple beers?
Right.
Let's beers. Let's all have some beers,
it's
dude."
a half bottle of vodka. Or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
whatever. Like,
See that?
that's a little weird, right?
I
But-
would feel weary about a half open, like a half bottle of vodka, like an open container.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'd feel a little ish, because like, you kind of almost run into that kind of hangover situation where they're taking shots, and lo and behold, what's his face put Rufinol in the booze.
Right.
So I would be wary about open containers. But if you have an unopened, a fresh beer that's hasn't been opened, clean the top off, crack it, chug it, dude. You're fine. You're gonna be
Right.
fine.
Right.
If you open it and it still has fizz, there's still pressure in there. You're fine.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but like alcohol will kill most stuff too, right? But will it kill fentanyl? I have no idea.
Probably not.
And then who's just sick enough to do that? I mean, either way, I'm sure all the protocols throw it out.
Yeah, and I will say though,
You eat any leftover food, and
I might have a different
hey,
mindset.
there's some old pizza. in here.
I might have a different mindset if I was cleaning up jizz rags and party left behinds in a hotel. I'd be like, "Oh, there's a half open bottle of vodka there. Of course, I'm going to take some fucking shots."
Wait, that's gonna make you do it, or if the room's all clean,
Well,
but there's a half
what
bottle
I'm
of
saying is,
Belvedere vodka in there.
and no offense to the service industry people that do this for a living, but if my life was cleaning up other people's messes, which is one thing that I really fucking hate doing,
Sure.
if that was my life and there's a half open, I'm like, okay, man. But me as a person now, if I like, hey, say you walk into a clean room and somebody didn't check the freezer, like you get those little mini fridges in the hotel. Somebody didn't happen to open the flap, and you see like maybe there's a little pint of vodka in there, and it's been half done. Me where I'm at right now, I'd probably be like, I'm just gonna leave it. But if I was the guy cleaning the rooms, like my life sucks. I fucking hate cleaning rooms. This is stupid. I'm just doing this to save enough money, get my kids through school, and then I'm gonna go on to do
I'm gonna be
other
a blackjack
things.
dealer soon.
Yeah, or something like I'm going to nursing school, or people
Yeah.
do things to get themselves through college and shit that they're not proud of. Strippers do that
Which-
a lot.
You don't know how much money those cleaners make. They could clean a house. Because not only are they literally cleaning a bunch of rooms in a Las Vegas resort, they probably pay decent. Who knows? It could be a union.
I was
it could
gonna
be
say,
a union job.
I
for all
imagine
you know.
everything out in Vegas is unionized.
And then second, the amount of stuff that is left and the tips that are left for people that are like, oh, I trashed this room. I'm just going to throw $200 down
Yeah.
so they don't like say anything.
Yeah.
Could be pretty high too.
But still, like, I'd have to be a little more of a degenerate alcoholic to be like, this thing's half open, half chugged. Whether or not there's pills in there or maybe they spiked it, I don't care. I'm going to chug it. But where I'm at now in my life, I'm like, I'll leave that. You know what I mean?
Yours is all just booze related. I want to find the casino chips.
Because even where
But
I'm
all
at-
the other terrible things I'm trying to think of, like used sex toys and condoms and
Oh,
like
yeah,
everything
dude.
else
Oh,
messed
God.
up in
Oh.
there. And like, it is Vegas.
Would you rather find a used condom or a bloody Band-Aid?
Like, am I finding it like I'm accidentally like it's
Say you're cleaning a
touching
room.
my skin, or it's like
Well, you're going to have gloves on.
I don't care either way. Then
Well, blood grosses me out.
I'd probably have a Band-Aid over, a used condom.
Well, I'll say unfamiliar blood grosses me out. Like if you got stabbed right now, I'm going to help keep it in.
Right. There's still bodily fluid either way.
Yeah.
So,
But I'll say this, like I know this is weird. This is weird.
hey, how about this? Would
thing.
you rather get some blood thrown in your face or some semen thrown in your face?
Fuck, neither. Neither.
Because I just took what you asked and made it worse.
True.
Well, one's coming at your face.
Well, and I was gonna say, like, I was gonna bring up an experience that I had, like, back in high school. I was wrestling, and I gave a kid a bloody nose, and he bled all over me, and I was like freaked out. I'm like, get it off me, get it off me, get it off me. But I've never been in a situation when I was wrestling and some kid came all over me.
Well, let's hope that never happens.
So I really have nothing to equate it to,
Right.
But at least in a condom, it's contained.
Right.
It's like in a little bag.
I mean, it still is on a Band-Aid. It's not like the Band-Aid's oozing out.
True.
You just pick it up and throw it away.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So,
Yeah, bodily fluids fuck me up.
either way, I feel like it's the same
Oh,
same
come to
kind of grossness. I feel like the condom's grosser, though.
Of all bodily fluids, though, I feel like semen And blood might not be the worst because they don't have a smell. If you're dealing with vomit, poop, piss, those all have smells involved. Whereas, like, it's like, ew, a used condom. Put it in the trash. I'm wearing gloves. I put it in the trash. I'm not, like, I don't have to hold my breath. But it's like, ew, some puke. Like, ugh, I can smell it.
Depends with it. Maybe they ate it. You know, they say you eat a bunch of pineapple. It tastes like pineapple. Or you eat a bunch of asparagus.
I'm not tasting it.
Well,
You know, if I'm tasting it. I'm talking about the smell.
But yeah, no. Exactly. And I mean, what you can. Well, never mind.
Blood and semen
I'm
might
not-
blood
I'm
and
not
semen might
going-
actually
I'm
be
not
the
going where
easier
I was
ones.
about to go with the poop thing. But yeah. Yeah, I would say they're both on the same level.
Yeah.
The condom is contained, but the outside of the condom has also been contaminated.
True.
So it's a double contamination.
Yeah.
And the blood at least is one source and it should be on one side of the Band-Aid. So I'm going to go with the Band-Aid.
Yeah. And it's soaked up in the
That's
Band-Aid.
that's a good would you rather. Would you rather
Would you rather pick up a bloody bandages or
or use condoms?
use condoms? Or semen-y bandages?
What?
I don't know. Like say it's not
What?
say it's like a semen-soaked rag, or you know, like some chick, they were filming a bucake. They were filming a video in the hotel room, and there just happens to be like a pint of it absorbed into a rag, or a pint of blood absorbed into a rag. You
Yeah.
know,
Sure.
get them out of their natural elements.
Whatever.
You know, get away from the Band-Aid, get away from the condom. You just have one rag.
All right.
There's a-
I don't know where you're trying to go, but
I don't either.
anyways,
I don't even know how the fuck we got there.
well, I do. But
Oh,
we don't need to talk about it.
what happens when you leave beers in the fridge?
Well,
we started with, what would you do if you found a beer in a fridge? I don't know. What would you do if you found blood on a rag?
it basically started with talking about hotels because you
Yeah.
were talking about eating chicken wings, and I said, I wonder how the maids are, and especially like in
Yeah.
Vegas. And now we're on blood cum soaked rags. So hey,
All right.
let's go.
Well, actually, we should ask, how's your week been?
Who cares?
All right.
Nah, it's been all right. No kids this week, so that's fun.
That's dope.
So just having some good times, trying to get stuff done around the house.
Yeah. Things you can't do with babies around.
I know, and you feel like I'm going to get so much done. And
Yeah.
then one, you're like, oh, they're also not here, so now we can go out to eat, or we can go out, do this, or you still get home at the same time, so it doesn't matter. It's not like your day changes that much. And you
Right.
still got to cook dinner, and you still got to do all the normal shit, and you're like,
You just got to do it for two less little people.
and then you're like, oh, wait, I'm still tired. It doesn't matter
Right.
if they're here or not.
I still don't want to fix the sink,
Yeah.
or I still don't want to deep clean that like I said I was going to.
Well, last week I had to work on my well because it sprung a leak. And we talked about that a little bit last week. But
Yeah.
I had problem after problem. Finally got fixed up, so it's all good to go.
Yeah.
A lot of plumbing work.
Yep.
And then this week it's just been kind of like hanging out with the wife, trying to do some things. We were trying to go up and see Twisters.
Okay.
We both loved it as children. And
Yeah.
we were like, let's go see Twisters. And then they pulled it from all the major theaters on the day we wanted to go see it. And there was only one doing it. And I got home and I'm like, do you still want to go see it? Or we can pay $20 and watch it. We
They
didn't-
already had it to rent at home?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, I bought us ribeye steaks. I had corn on the cob. I had potatoes. I cooked all that up. And I'm like, well, I'm cooking the Hasselback potatoes and the corn on the cob. I'm like cleaning out the shed and doing that, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Finally get the potatoes to where they at, because potatoes take like an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'll finish up where I'm at in the shed. I'll just do it tomorrow. I'm like, you still want to rent the movie? She's like, nah. So we didn't do any of it. We're like, we're going to have this glorious date night, go do a movie and do all this stuff. And it was just kind of ended up being.
But at least you had the dinner.
Yeah, no, it was amazing.
Yeah, the
Like,
dinner part of it, you decided to skip on the movie, then
Yeah. We sat down, ate
the
dinner,
movie will always be there. You can watch it later.
ate dinner, watched something else stupid, and then just hung out. So that was fine.
That
Yeah.
still sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, still night alone. Like, to me, it's like movies anymore. Like, I love the experience of going to a movie. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
and I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of them, especially with the kids and stuff. But it's just like when you're two adults, it's like, do we really want to like take the time to drive? Because our closest good movie theater is 30 minutes away, so you get an hour round trip of drive time
Yeah.
plus 2-hour movie. So you're already 3 hours of time spent in that.
And like
Plus,
80
then if you
bucks.
want to do dinner, then you're like 4 hours of time.
Yeah, and you're probably like $60 out on the movie,
Yeah.
and then another 120 on dinner.
Like, I would gladly pay $20 for a movie and go to the grocery store
Yeah.
and get ribeye steaks, do all this stuff, and get our booze and like set it up. It would be the same price. Well, actually, be way cheaper. Way cheaper.
Probably half price.
Probably quarter of the price. Really, let's be
Yeah.
honest. $20 for a movie. That's 1.5 tickets.
Yeah.
And then the food is a quarter the price you're going to pay at a restaurant for the same meal we just ate.
Yeah, you're probably paying 16 to $20 a steak, whereas if you went out to eat, it'd be $50 a steak.
Right.
You know.
For the quality I got and the potatoes and the
Yeah.
and the corn on the fresh corn on the cob.
And then you know they're going to be good because you're making them.
I'm making them. Come on.
You know, nothing worse than like, yeah, you know what? Let's have somebody else make it. You go spend 40, 50
Yeah.
bucks on a ribeye, and they fucking torch it, or they don't season it right, or it's just not as good. It's like, I could have done this better.
The best thing
for
was-
like way cheaper.
Man, I love my wife. She will eat some fat, but not a lot of fat as far as like a ribeye goes.
Yeah.
So there was like a perfect ribeye, but it had like a big spinalis cap on it. She's like, I'm not gonna eat the whole steak, so I just cut the spinalis cap out, push to the side.
That's for
Here
you.
you go. And she's like, oh, beautiful. But it still had like a little bit on it, and then the fat on the bottom. And she ate it. She's like, oh my god, it's the best steak ever. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I ate my whole ribeye, and then I saved her spinalis, put it in a bag, and then the next day I got home because I knew she had a thing she had to be at work for that
Yeah.
night. I threw that in the air fryer, and pulled it out and just
Then you get extras.
ate that beautiful
Yeah.
spinalis right up.
Yeah.
Which is the fatty cap on a ribeye, if you don't know, but
Yeah.
it's the best part of the ribeye.
It's that one little strip across
Yeah.
the top.
You get the one more towards the strip, sirloin side, whatever. It's where it keeps getting fatty, or strip side, I think, where it keeps getting fattier.
And it
It's
almost
like
turns
really one of those
turns
big
more
ones.
into like the three eyes of it.
Or the
of-
sirloin sides, I think. No, it's not the sirloin.
I don't know how it works. I forget.
I know all this, but I can't think right now. I apologize. But anyways,
Either way.
where it becomes more fat than it becomes the meat in the middle. So that's
Yeah.
what it was. So I enjoyed that, and especially reheated in the air fryer because it gets all outside a little bit crispy. But it didn't.
Fuck yeah.
But you only do it for like 8 or 9 minutes, so like the internal temperature doesn't change a whole lot.
Yeah.
It just starts warming up,
Yeah.
so you can keep that nice mid rare.
Yep.
But the outside is, oh my god,
Fuck yeah, dude.
air fryers, man,
They're dope.
so dumb. Just a mini convection oven, but
Yeah.
so smart.
Almost a mini convection oven, a little more on crack though. I feel like they're
Way more air because you're cooking in a smaller space, right?
Yeah.
Like I have a convection oven.
that's
It
cool.
doesn't do what an air
An air
fryer
fryer does. Yeah.
because you're shrinking everything in a little box, high fan, high heat, just blowing air all around it.
I'll even say it. So we got the first air fryer we ever had was one of those cheap little $40 ones, and it had the little drawer.
Yeah,
And that thing seemed like it got hotter and it made things crispier.
yeah, those things kick ass.
And we loved the fuck out of it, right?
Right.
We rocked that bitch for like 4 years, and then we decided, let's go for that Ninja. The Ninja, it looks more like a toaster oven. It's got
Yeah.
a couple different
Yeah.
layers and shit. It doesn't seem like
it
it
doesn't do as good.
get as crispy as that little
Got too much
fucking like
airspace.
R2D2 looking
Yeah.
little motherfucker.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
It's still awesome. It's still an awesome product. I'm
Dude,
not bashing Ninja or anything, but it just you got to go instead of like crispy fries in 10 minutes like you do in that little guy. You need crispy fries in like 20 minutes. It
But-
still gets it there, but it takes longer.
The thing is, you have that much more airspace, but you're cooking for a family of 4. It doesn't work out as well, right? You're like, oh, I gotta
Right.
put the chicken nuggets in first, get those done, then I gotta pull them out because you can't just shove everything in there because it just doesn't work out, right?
Right.
Unless you're doing chicken wings, I find like you throw a bunch of chicken wings in there and then you just got to make sure you stir and shake them and like get them moving around a lot.
Yeah. They have to have surface area for the air.
Right. If they're
heat to
touching each
penetrate
other,
'em.
then obviously it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
Where the bigger ones are nicer for that, but then I feel like I want one with like 6 fans, just like
Yeah.
a tornado blowing hot ass
Yeah.
heat, just circulating heat all around.
I will
it.
say I found with the air fryer or for the Ninja, whereas the old air fryer just put it in and turn it on.
Yeah.
Where the Ninja, I will spray like a little cooking spray on it to give
Yeah.
it like an oil coat to help give that heat a medium to help penetrate
Yeah.
a little
conduct
better.
A little bit better.
Yeah, that's what the word I was like, conduct heat a little.
Yeah.
better.
And so, and I've seen that like just using mine because mine's still pretty conduct. It's a Ninja air fryer pressure cooker, slow cooker.
Yeah.
But so it all goes down into a cylinder and you drop a lid on top of it and it has the fan and coil right above it. So it's pretty condensed. So
Right.
It's like the egg one because we started with the egg one like you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it worked great. And this one works great too. But I just can't, like, feeding the kids, sure. I could throw some chicken nuggets in half and do fries in the half and it all kind of gets done around the same time. And they're all crispy and whatever. Most of the time, if they're a small fry, I'll overcook them because the chicken tendies don't get done. There's a point when they snap.
Yeah.
But you can't do much.
And that's, I will say, the benefit of the Ninja one that we have that looks like a toaster oven. It's got 3 layers, so you can
Yeah.
you can do fries on one, nuggets on one, and then it's just you got to kind of monitor your temps or your time more. You start the nuggies first, get them going so that they get cooked and crispy, and then throw the fries in later. But you got to keep them spread out so they get more surface area, and then so you have more space to do more, and especially now you got little babies you're cooking for. I'm cooking for a teenager now and then a preteen. And so I have to put a lot more shit in there. So I have more volume, but it just takes a little longer than the little egg one
Right.
used to. So
Yeah, you're almost getting back to an oven.
yeah,
Might as well
I've
pop
got a
this
mini
shit in the
convection
oven.
oven.
Yeah.
Basically, is what I got.
Might as well pop this in the oven. It's going to be the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That at that point, I'd be like, just turn the convection oven on and pop
That's.
it
I wish I don't have my big oven. Isn't convection. It's
Right.
still conventional. So
you see, ooh, I got $1 million idea. I'm going to shut up now. Anyways,
I bet you they already make it.
probably. But do they make it safely?
I don't know. I know one oven that we had in college that we used a lot. It was a stand-up. We called it the combi because it was a combination. You could do conventional, convectional, or steam on it,
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
which was fucking dope because the steam would cook it fast. Then you turn the steam off, turn it back into convection. The convection would dry out the outside, crisp it. So steam would fucking super cook it.
Yeah.
So it's done, and then you could turn it to dry heat with a fan, and then it would crisp the outside, which was fucking
Right.
sick.
Right. Cook it fast.
And now I think they even make like microwave convection conventional oven combo things now too.
Oh yeah, my neighbor was getting rid of his microwave and where I got my oven gas because I wanted to switch to gas because I love cooking on gas and would rather have gas over electric. I was like, yeah, what do you want for it? He's like, well, we're getting this new one no matter what. He's like, I don't want to deal with it. I'll just give it to you. You just buy me a cheap microwave for my back room.
Yeah.
Dude, you're giving me and it was KitchenAid stove, kind of like with the fan in it,
Probably like $1,000.
selling it used, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm buying you the most ball microwave I can find.
Yeah.
So I found one for like $350, $400 microwave, and it has air fryer technology in it.
That's
so
dope.
you can put something in there and it runs a fan and air crisps off to inside of a microwave, but it's still microwaving it. I think, or it's got coils in it or whatever.
Yeah.
So he wanted that for his garage. So they had to put it inside of their house. Like, this microwave is too nice. It's way nicer than the microwave we already have.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you just gave me the night like a super nice stove and microwave. Like, I'm not gonna just like give you a $30 microwave.
Yeah.
It's fair trade.
Right.
He wanted to get rid of it. I'm like, you could have sold that on marketplace for maybe not $1,000, but maybe like $500 or something. But like, he didn't want to deal with it, so it's like that's fine.
Right.
And probably help a neighbor.
Sometimes
out, I
it's
guess.
way easier to either give away or sell things for cheap than it is to try and sell it online for what it's worth.
Yeah. And then my electric went to his buddy for an apartment.
Yeah.
So like it kind of like trading hands, helping people in a situation.
That's even I got a welder that's worth like $3,500 that I'm coming off of it for a lot cheaper for a friend because it's just easier than trying to sell it.
And you didn't even
dealing
know.
with strangers.
You didn't even know for a while.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, he could like, and I was like, I'll give you $500 for it. He's like, nah, just buy me a microwave. So I'm like, the most dumbest microwave I can find. Because I don't want to feel like I completely took it. I mean, he wanted to give it away, so I took it. Appreciate him for it, but
for sure.
like
that's what friends are for, man.
Yeah.
Friends are for getting deals sometimes.
Yeah. Yep. His wife didn't want. She didn't want to deal with the gas to clean the grates, which is a pain in the ass. And I understand that more after I got it. I'm like, God, yeah, you gotta like pull the grates off, you gotta pull everything off, you gotta wipe everything down, get all that grease out, get everything out. I could probably do mine tonight because I got company coming tomorrow. But like, it's probably pretty bad. I haven't done it in a minute. I found some good spray degreaser stuff. But anyways, we'll get off that.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
Anyhow,
that's not a good time.
I got something to try.
Okay.
Anybody listening, not watching, we've got a bottle of vodka here. Whoa, hold on. Hold up.
We got a nice little bottle of vodka.
Yeah, HP Smart's trying to make changes to my device right now, interrupting my recording on my computer here.
It's porn.
Piece of shit. Yeah, no. Nobody saw what just popped up, so I don't even know why
Nobody cares.
They might have heard the boo-doo sound, though.
Let's
So
keep going, bub.
But anyway, this bottle of vodka here, anybody that's familiar with Bert Kreischer or Tom Segura, they both do a pod. Well, they have many
If
different.
you don't know who they are, then I don't know why you're listening to us.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're very similar.
And I'll say they're one of my.
They're just-
I have many podcast inspirations for why I wanted to start this, and
Yeah.
theirs was just two dudes sitting around bullshitting like friends.
Yeah.
And I felt like that's why we could do that. We could easily do that. And I feel like that's why we're doing this. But they came out with vodka, which we should do next.
They're just also super famous and have, super famous stories that are way cooler than ours.
Yeah. But they got this vodka. It's called Porosos, which is Spanish for bears.
Yeah.
And it's got a two-headed bear on it.
Or is it 4 bears or 2 bears?
It's 4 bears.
Yeah, because 2's not poor.
Not 4 is in the number, but it's 4 of the bears. It's 4
Yeah.
bears.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like
I don't know my Spanish.
It's
so
not 1, 2, 3, 4 bears.
I can read Spanish food. I don't know what.
But either way, it's got a cool bottle. It's got a two-headed bear on it. One's got a goofy little smile with its tongue hanging out. The other one's a little mad. It kind of shows their personalities and shit.
Yeah.
I've wanted to try it. They only sell it in Texas and Florida and LA, but you can buy it online. It just came in the mail today, and I want to sample it with my friend.
This is wild. This came in the mail.
Yeah,
And then, can we say the other part about your son receiving it?
Yeah, because apparently it's not against the law.
I think that driver might have fucked up, but
Well, the thing is, because I was talking to Cody about this last week before we even had the bottle in. We were off camera last week talking about it. It's like, yeah, it's supposed to come in the mail. I want to try it on the podcast, and you're like, well, the way they ship alcohol, you have to be 21 or over to sign for it. I'm like, well, somebody should be here. Sarah should be here when it comes. And then my oldest kid, 13 years old, received a package from UPS with liquor in it, and they just gave it to him.
What's the last name? It's like Schaefer. Okay, here you go.
Yeah, because I brought up the fact, like, I was like, Oh, because we were talking about like you can't watch porn in different states unless you verify ID. I'm like, yeah, but you can just buy booze.
Right.
And they're like, no, you have to be 21 to sign for it. Apparently, the fuck not.
Apparently not.
Either that or that driver did something wrong.
I think he did something wrong. I think he needs age verification, and he probably didn't care. And probably, but did you check ID? Yes. Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
And dip. Because
Any driver doing their due diligence probably would have done something different, but this guy didn't. And either way, we're going to try this. I'm a little afraid of it because it's like outside temperature because it's been sitting in a truck.
that's when you're supposed to try it, right?
I like it better room temperature or a little chilled.
Yeah, I like it chilled. It
Right
makes
here.
it smoother, but hey, to get the full notes, we need it warm.
Let's give it a shot.
Not bad.
It's pretty smooth.
I went with half because I don't want to.
I did the whole thing because
I know, but I want to taste it. And like, if I just smash it down, you don't get to taste as much.
well, I didn't. I held it in
But
my
it's
mouth.
still really hard for me to like hold it in my mouth or just smash it. But
Even with that being warm, like a delivery truck temp, it's still very smooth. Usually, whenever booze heats up, it gets harsher.
you hear my saliva starting.
I mean,
So what I'll say,
tastes like vodka.
it's very smooth.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised. I thought it was gonna be shit. You ever have Dan Aykroyd's Skull Vodka?
I think we talked about this.
On the last one, yeah.
yeah.
It's shit.
Yeah, but it's in a cool bottle.
It's like super burny. It burns the shit out of you.
Yeah.
This is pretty damn smooth. I compare it to a Smirnoff, I would say. Probably even better than Smirnoff.
I was gonna say better than Smirnoff.
Yeah, maybe like a Kettle One to the Belvedere status.
Like
maybe?
almost kettle. I mean,
Which actually, it's been so long since I had one of those damn ones. Actually, I'll compare it to my potato vodkas I have. I'm a
Yeah.
big potato vodka guy.
Lascofa. This is wheat.
Yeah. This is wheat.
I've heard them say before. It's wheat vodka. Blah 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 blah.
Very smooth, very nice. I mean, yeah, I could drink that all day.
Mm-hmm.
I probably don't want to pay the price point for it, but I'd drink it all
$26
day.
for a liter.
Not too bad. Not bad
That's
at all.
it's cheaper than Goose.
Yeah.
Cheaper than Kettle. Cheaper than Belvedere. Almost cheaper than Tito's.
Yes. Would be cheaper than Tito's.
I think it's better than
For
Tito's.
26 for a liter? Yeah. Oh, it's not hard to beat Tito's.
I will say.
Tito's
now,
just got a name for it.
now I will say
Probably
that's
comparable to Tito's.
that's
I would say.
price point on the shelf. I bought 26. I got 2 liters, so $50, and it costs $25 to ship it
Right.
here.
Right.
So the price point's higher for me, but eventually, if it gets big enough that we can buy it off the shelves, it's $26 a liter, which isn't fucking bad,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's cheaper than Jack Daniels,
Oh yeah.
which I never realized. I think it's so weird. I never actually realized how expensive Jack Daniels is,
So dumb.
which I love. I tell you this, I'm not gonna bash Jack Daniels. I love Jack Daniels, but I think it's so crazy that Jack Daniels became like the white trash whiskey, right?
It's the most expensive.
But but you think of like
It's not. It's
like
not.
any movie you ever watch, anything where it's like there's white trash people in a single wide trailer, the guy that's beating his wife and hates his
Yeah.
kids and shit walks out and he's confronting the cops. He's got a bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand.
But it's more than that because yes, that, and they embraced that. They leaned into it hard.
But it's got the price point of Grey Goose vodka.
What Jack Daniels did was very smart marketing, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what was right. You're either you're trashy because you're drinking the Jack Daniels, but that's kind of. But then they also go like, or you're a cowboy, or
Yeah.
they start getting provocative, or you're Jack. When they got Mila Kunis on there, get out of here.
Yeah.
Was she Jim Beam?
She might have been Jim Beam. I can't remember.
Oh, who was Jack Daniels? There was a hot one. But anyways, Jack Daniels has always played a part. They've been around for so long, and their marketing's been smart. And my wife is a Jack Daniels girl. You're a Jack Daniels guy. Your wife's a Jack Daniels girl.
Mila Kunis with Jim Beam.
I thought so. God damn it. As soon as I said that, I was like, wait a minute. No, because she was the Devil's Cut, and that was like Jim Beam's
Yeah.
thing. They all have the Devil's Cut, but it doesn't matter. Jack Daniels, I feel like, has always had smart marketing.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around for so long
Mm-hmm.
that it's like, yes, in movies it's played to hillbillies, but that's marketing.
It
It's
is.
always in there.
Yeah.
It's always in there. It's I have a Jack and Coke. A Jack and Coke is one of the most famous whiskey drinks out
For
there.
sure.
Just give me a Jack and Coke.
I mean, look at how many other drinks you go to the bar, you order. I want a rum and Coke. You know, say like some people might be like, I'll take a Bacardi or I'll take a Captain.
Captain Coke, man.
You know,
Captain Coke is maybe second up there,
yeah.
I would say.
The only other one you got Seagram 7. You got a 7 and
A
7.
7 and 7. But that's so old school.
Yeah,
That's so old. Like, that's not as popular.
But if it
Plus,
comes-
it doesn't taste as good.
but if it comes to
by any means.
vodka, like, you know,
I
you
want a
might.
vodka cran. I want a vodka this.
You might order I'll take a dirty martini with Belvedere or something, but like you just go up like, yeah, I want a vodka and Sprite, or I want a vodka and cranberry. You don't
care.
brand name the vodka.
You don't care. A Jack and Coke,
Yeah.
I feel like, at least for our age, is like the most popular drink.
Even when you like, I'll take a bourbon neat.
What kind of bourbon you want?
Exactly. But you're just ordering it like that, you know? Whatever your well is, you know, unless you really like your bourbon, which I do feel like things have changed within the last like 5 to 10 years.
Oh,
But
10,000%.
when we first started drinking, it was Jack and Cokes, rum and Cokes,
The last
vodka tonic, you know.
20 years, there's also probably 10,000 more. Oh, probably. No, that's a low number. 50,000 more beers to select from.
Yeah.
Just in all your crafts and all your other bullshit that I don't get me started on that. And then, like, your whiskeys and your bourbon. I mean, you want to talk about a rise in that, too. All your
Yeah.
micros and all your stuff like that. Like, every state probably has, not every state, but most states have probably 10, 15, 20 different distilleries now pushing their own brand of
Yeah.
liquor out.
Except for Utah.
I said not every state. That's why I changed. I was like, every state. I'm like, not every state.
Except for Utah.
You know, Hawaii might not have a whole lot.
Pennsylvania might be a little different.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Dutchies.
They're a little staunch in their booze.
There's some few states. So,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is, like, the market's changed, right?
Yeah.
We're still going to have our go-to Coors Lights. We're still going to have our stuff. But this,
But that almost
the alcohol, hard liquor thing, and you dabbled your toes into a little bit of distilling here and there.
Yeah, no, I can say it because I don't do it anymore, and it's statute of limitation, and there's also no.
There's no
First
evidence.
off, there's no evidence that I ever had a still and made my own fucking
Well, it
liquor,
doesn't
but I
matter.
did. I 100% did.
Right.
And this could just be I'm just bullshitting on camera, so you can't even
It
fucking
never
use
really
this
happened.
as hard
He's
evidence.
such a liar. He's such a liar.
Yeah,
I
I just like to. I
you
like
can't
to
make
up
anybody
stories.
blind, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But yeah, so like the market for alcohols and all kinds of wines, beers. I mean, like, look how many goddamn microbreweries there are, and micro distilleries, micro this.
yeah.
It's insane. It's like, how do you want your booze, sir?
Yeah.
Let me go to a shop. How do you want your booze? How do you want it served? Like, it is wild.
But almost even back to the point of
But
like
this is good.
yeah, and I would almost even say like how we got off on this tangent is back to the whole marketing part of it. Is that JD has done it right because
Oh, so right.
nobody ever orders a whiskey and Coke.
And the branding,
You know?
and the branding and the how it just looks cowboy with the 57 on it. Not the 50, the
Old number 7
old number 7
From Lynch.
57, like Heinz ketchup.
straight out of it's out of Lynchburg, Tennessee, right? And that's I feel like that's the other thing too is it's its own thing. It's a sour mash whiskey. It's not bourbon. It's not
And then the
Irish
country,
whiskey,
the country
it's-
archers are like, oh yeah, we're rednecks, we're hillbillies. Yeah, Jack Daniels, our brand.
Yeah.
You get the fuck out of here. And then they grab Jack. And then there's some country artists that are like, I'm going to go against that. I'm Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Because they just want to be that Jack or Jim Beam.
My whiskey of choice, which Jim Beam's a bourbon.
Yeah, but Jack still made in Tennessee. So it could be, but it's not made with, was it corn? Corn makes it bourbon.
50, I think, because
It's whatever ratio
I
it
remember
is.
doing this whenever I wasn't making liquor. It's got to be 51%
Oh,
corn.
no. Sorry. It's made in Tennessee, so it can't be called bourbon because it's not made in Kentucky.
So bourbon itself now,
It has to be made in Kentucky.
I think, to be a legal bourbon or something. But I've seen you can buy a brand. It's called Cleveland Bourbon. It's made in Cleveland.
As long as the mash.
It's done to the bourbon style, which is at least 51% corn mash, and then 49% whatever.
As long as the mash comes from Kentucky, it's fine. That's what it is.
Oh, and then they distill it up there.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's things around it. That's how they do it.
I gotcha.
So they still have to contact somebody in Kentucky. Kentucky makes their mash, sends it to them.
That's just like, so 100%.
It's like, what's the next one? Scotland.
Irish whiskey, Scotch.
Scotch.
Scotch is Scotland.
Scotch.
But I know Irish whiskey. Like the only thing you have to do to be qualified as Irish whiskey is got to be made in Ireland. That's it.
Right. And that's the same with bourbon.
Yeah. And so here's another thing. Here's another thing about the whole moonshine revolution and shit. Like you got like the big ones, Smoky Mountain, Sugarlands. You go down to that area. It's like Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and shit. You see all these moonshine distilleries, and the fun thing is, I went down there with my dad, and my dad, who works in, he works with like almost like DOT, like all the DOTs. So he does testing on tank trailers, the tank haulers.
Yeah.
So they can haul like gasoline, milk, the big ones, all haul liquids.
And bourbon.
And well,
Or whiskey.
and just straight alcohol.
Just straight, yeah.
So we
out
were at
straight hard liquor.
and I'm not gonna tell you which distiller it was, but they say we distill everything in house down to the last drop.
Yeah.
And they have their their mash kettles. They have all this stuff, and they're like, this is where it ferments, and this is where we purify it, and this is where we distill it. But what they're not telling you is that 90% of their product coming in is already pre-distilled.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw a big tank trailer, a big semi truck with a tank trailer on it. He could read the placard on it. He knew the code, and he said that is alcohol. They have a big old fucking semi full of alcohol,
Yeah.
pulling in, dumping it in the vats for him.
Well, it saves
and
them-
then all they're doing is running it through one last time,
That's
so
what
they
the-
could say it's distilled in house.
That's what this is.
Well, yeah.
That's what this is. Somebody has already made a stripped down. That's what your Smirnoffs,
Yeah.
your Belvedere's,
Mhm.
your Grey Goose, all those big names.
It all comes from a major distillery. One big one.
One distillery makes just alcohol. So they make 150 proof alcohol, 140, whatever it is.
Yep.
And they send it in vats to them, to their distillery.
Or by tank trailer.
Or tank. That's what I'm saying. Tank trailer. And they unload it, pump it in their system,
Yep.
and then they distill it 4 times, 5 times. You always see those cute little labels on the the bottle.
Or all they have
This
to
is distilled 5 times. My wife just brought home 2 bottles
do.
from what's the big supermarket? Not Sam's Club,
Myers.
Myers.
Yeah, she was up in Michigan. There, Myers is
Yes,
big
she
up
brought 2 bottles from Myers. One's distilled 4 times, one's distilled 5 times. One costs $14 for a liter. The other one costs $18 for a liter.
Yep.
Gross as fuck.
Yeah.
Don't taste like this at all. Tastes like stripped alcohol. And what that is basically they take alcohol and they basically cut it, reduce it, add more water to it, strip it to bring it down proof. because they're getting high proof shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're reducing that down to quantify what they're doing with this stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they were just collaborating with a local company or probably a big boy.
They say it's distilled in Austin, Texas. They say it's made there in Austin, Texas. So it's basically it's finished. So through some big distiller,
finished, and which is fine. You can add charcoal, you can add wood, you can add all kinds of stuff to the process to make it what you want.
Yeah.
You can distill it 300 times if you want.
Yeah, and almost like I was saying with those big ones down in Tennessee, the moonshine people, they just get a base liquor in, they run it through their still once, and now they could say every drop of liquor we make is stilled in house.
Yeah.
It's already pre-done, and once you run it through the still process one more time, you're looking at like a fucking 100% yield.
Right.
And I want to show you one thing too. When you talk about the triple distilled shit, I'm going to put this up on screen for everybody to see.
It's triple. It's quadruple. It's 5 times distilled.
So this is a picture of a 4 bubble plate copper stainless moonshine still column vodka, and this is very true to what most vodka is stilled at. This is more of a stripper still, and so what happens is you've got your big mash.
Describe to the listeners.
Yeah, so if you're not listening, if you're not watching, you're just listening. We're looking at a still here, but the column has all these different plates in it. So you heat the.
So still, there's a big metal pot on the bottom. It's getting heated, and then it's coming up, and it's coming to like some anal bead pointy things.
so basically, what's happening here?
That's what I'm seeing, guys. I'm just reporting this live.
They call them bubble plates, or the way my still ran it is I had thumpers.
Yeah.
So you're basically condensing the liquor to have it drop down, get reheated, and go up to the next level. So right now with this one still, you got the pot and then 1, 2, 3, 4 bubble plates on it. That's 5 times distilled, technically.
So what's the benefit of that, though?
You're stripping all the impurities out of it. You're getting a flavorless, high proof.
More minerals are coming out. Why don't I want all the minerals I can get, right?
No, not with liquor.
Or am I? Because it's going to be cloudy looking when it comes to me.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily going to be cloudy.
Hey,
but
I want some iron. I want some calcium. I want some potassium.
So
we need a lot of potassium in there.
But you don't need it in liquor.
No, we do, because it's taking it out of our bodies when we drink it.
So, and even think back to the day, like remember in old school cartoons, Looney Tunes, like you got that hillbilly, he's got a bottle that has like the triple X on it.
Yeah.
The X was how many times it's been distilled. You have one pot, you still it once, and you yield maybe you're getting, depending on how well you're monitoring your heat and how alcoholic your mash was, you're only going to get like 60 to 80 proof out of that first batch.
Right.
You then run it again without all the other stuff in it. Now you're distilling 80 proof. It's easier to get that refined down to like 120. Then you pull that 120.
Oh, and then you on that 200.
Then you're getting 180.
Then you got the jet fuel.
Yeah, 190 is probably the highest you could ever get. 200's death.
That's gasoline.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the multiple distilling process is just stripping more of the non-alcoholic part out of it.
Yeah,
and then in which case it's also stripping more flavor. And so a lot of vodkas, especially vodka stripper stills, are more for vodkas, because they don't want the extra flavor in it. They want a base neutral flavor, and then they can finish it however they want. If they want to add a little flavor to it, if they want to filter it through charcoal, the charcoal actually gets rid of like the sting, the heat part of it.
Yeah.
Whereas with whiskey, you want still a little more of that corn flavor into it, so you don't distill it multiple times over as much. And then even with like rum and shit, you want a little bit of that molasses flavor. You want some more of that. That's why even like Captain Morgan's is like 73, because they like that good flavor in there. So they don't multiple times over distill it, because they want to keep that kind of molasses base, that sort of, you get that whatever their mash flavor is stays in the liquor, because it's not stripped the fuck out and distilled down to like 180 proof.
Yeah.
So I don't know even why I went off of that. Oh no, the whole thing is like when
Babe, you're just teaching science, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, he does not know what he's talking about. He's never did this in his life, but he's got a good idea.
yeah, but the main thing is like when you hear something's like when you hear something like triple distilled, it's triple distilled. Like no, they just have a fancier still that'll actually do it 3 times over.
Yeah.
You know, everything I made or didn't make was triple distilled.
Yeah. And you think these two fuckers that made this vodka even pay attention to all that?
Well, the first thing is they didn't make anything. All they did is they went to a vendor and they branded.
Somebody's like,
a
"Hey, we'll give you
product.
money if we can do this for you." Maybe they were involved. We don't know. We don't know.
They were. I know for a fact they were involved in the final product. So they've talked about it on their podcast where
Because
they
it's
went
pretty
to.
smooth. Like I would say, like, because I would not want my if I was as famous as them,
Yeah.
I would be like, and I took a sip of that vodka and it tastes like shit, like Dan Aykroyd Skull vodka.
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to put my name on it.
No.
And the fun thing is I know.
And why does he even have? I mean, I know he's got a good story behind it, and it's probably good to him because he does have a story. He literally talks about the story of it,
Yeah.
and maybe it's more Russian vodka, and like he's like got a whole thing with it. I don't remember the story, but maybe there's something to it. I don't know.
One thing I will say too is art is all anything you make or create or anything you like is subjected to your palate.
Yeah,
So Dan Aykroyd might have his fucking Skull vodka and love the way it tastes, and that's why he put his name on it. Now, is it your cup of tea? Probably not. But maybe that's the way he loves vodka. Just like whenever I was running my still, I loved when I got the heads of the run that were 180 fucking proof, that were clean and smooth, and burnt your fucking eyeballs out. I loved that
you
shit.
were getting messy.
but I loved it, dude. I love it and I miss it. That's that burn, that fucking heat, that like, and nobody else liked it. And everybody's like, make some apple pie. I'm like, I don't like apple pie, so I didn't make fucking apple pie. You know what I mean?
Off the booze, I got something for you.
Okay.
I heard this today. I've not confirmed it, so maybe you can confirm it live for me.
Let's Google it. What do you got?
So there's certain types of cheese. We're talking big wheels of cheese, not little bitch baby cheese that you're gonna have every day in your
like when you see a
supermarket.
big old wheel of parm.
That there's a lot of counterfeiting going on with. Manchego's a good one.
Okay.
They put edible microchips inside of the cheese so that they can scan it so they know that cheese is authentic and it came from where it's supposed to be.
All right. So the AI overview. I don't fucking listen to AI, but
I heard this from a very reputable source that knows what they're talking about, that talks to cheesemakers. It's real.
the first one from Fortune.com says producers fed up with phony products flooding the market have begun embedding edible microchips in their cheese wheels.
Yeah.
So
You want to be a little weird out. Now, I'm not talking about your sharp cheddar. I'm not talking about your mozzarella. I'm not talking about any of that shit. I'm talking about a blockage. Like, I'm talking about
yeah.
a wheel of Pecorino Romano Manchego. I'm talking about the real deal shit.
Well, and the big boy, I think everybody can be is like Parmigiano Reggiano.
Yeah. So
There's
there's Italian people.
they're only made in one spot.
There's Italian people that are getting pissed because there's other countries that are trying to make the cheese and make it quick and do different processes to speed up and cover it, kind of like dip it in that wax, make it look real,
Yeah.
and sell it to people at half the price. And everybody's like, oh, I'm getting such a hell of a deal. I'm going to buy this cheese. And then they find out it's not that cheese at all, but they'll use it. Nobody, like, here's the thing. Cheese is kind of a perception where if you don't know, you don't know, right? Like if I told you you're eating this aged cheddar cheese, and I hand it to you, and I'm like, yeah, this is 4-year-old cheddar, and you eat it, or I'm like, here, have some cheddar cheese. You're not like, if I just tell you, here, have some cheddar cheese, and here's normal cheddar cheese right beside you,
Yeah.
your 4-year-old cheddar might just sit there, and the regular cheddar might get eaten because they're just used to that. You know, everybody's used to that. They're just used to their normal cheddar, and they're like, what's this cheddar? I don't know. It looks weird. Why does it look weird? So that, in my mind, can be like, this is a whole process to make a whole goddamn big wheel of Parmesan.
So right now for a half wheel Parmesan Reggiano, the real deal, $1,300, aged 48 months.
It's awesome.
40 pounds.
Give me one of them all day.
Dude.
Look, it's going to last you forever.
Yeah.
Like, I could...
Have you seen?
I mean, I'd go through it. If I had it in my house, I'd probably go through it in, like, a year. Which isn't bad. The money I spend on cheese is not bad. I spend a lot of money on cheese.
Yeah.
And I'm talking bullshit packs of sharp cheddar, bullshit bulk cheese. I eat a lot of cheese. Cheese is on my diet all the time. If I had a big old thing, I'd probably just walk by it every day, and be like, "What's up, my Parmesan?" Just screw some up and eat it, and I need to just keep covering it up. Keep covering it up.
So speaking of cheese, and I don't mean to.
No, you don't. You're gonna wheel my cheese. You're gonna cheese my wheel.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll over you with these wheels of cheese here. This is a big thing because the Olympics were just big, right?
Talk about it before you play it.
One of Italian's Olympians is also a model for Parmesan cheese.
But do we also play this, and then we're gonna finish.
It's not a video; it's just images.
We're gonna finish where I start. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see her. She's beautiful. We also got to talk about, though, edible microchips are in cheese.
Yeah.
I understand they got to scan it, and that's the way they get away, because you just, like, oh, I'm starting my cheese. I put it in the middle. Now, you can't replicate this, right?
Right.
But what happens is they're just going to get the microchips, right? Like, these guys are just going to get the microchips, put it in their fake cheese then.
Well, so that's what I'm curious about is
it's got to be stamped, and they're probably
so they're putting the microchips in the authentic cheese.
Yes.
And then
they're edible, but I'm guessing.
And so then they're going to vendors that are selling the knockoffs and be like, you don't have any microchips in yours. You're a piece of shit.
I'm guessing this probably is one of those case scenarios where it sounds worse than it actually is.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where they probably put it just down enough that in the right spot that if you see that ripped out,
yeah,
or you
it wouldn't be ripped out,
or you see that spot modified to the actual cheese vendor or cheese person. If you see this spot modified, because this is where we put the chip, right? And then once you sell it, you melt down, you grab the chip out, you pull it out. Whatever it is. It could be 2 inches down the center. It could be whatever.
It's probably in the rind that nobody eats.
If you don't see that middle,
but in case they actually happen to accidentally eat it, then it's edible.
You don't see that middle where it's not perfect, exactly how they're supposed to have it designed. Like, they just find a spot like, this is impossible to replicate. Or very, very hard. It's going to cost them too much money, too much effort. They won't try to make and sell a Parmesan round the wheel without the chip in it. But I feel like it's just some kind of tracker where they're like, well, it has to be edible that somebody can pass it.
Just in case they eat it.
Just in case they eat it.
It's
but
probably
just enough.
It's not going to be in the edible middle.
Just enough I can take a scanner and get a little bloop. Okay. It's good.
Yeah, you could probably be the person buying it. And, I've got the app on my phone.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the Bluetooth or whatever through the app, or I've paid so much money
to get this. IR scanner that connects.
I paid $50 to get the scanner to make sure I'm getting the good stuff. I don't sense any microchip in here, so no, I'm not going to buy your product.
But crazy conspiracy, all your cheese has fucking microchips in it.
All of it.
All of it. Every shred. But it's edible. That's the best thing is it's edible. So it's got to be small enough that if somehow you break off a big piece of Parmesan Reggiano and you just nom 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 nom, and you swallow it down, microchips can just
Yeah.
flow.
And that's what I'm
to
saying.
your body into your stomach acid, which by the way everything's gonna corrode and go to hell, and then go out your ass.
And that's what I'm saying. It's probably like in the rind that nobody eats anyway.
Yeah,
But they have to make it edible just in case it happens to accidentally be.
I'm thinking
eaten.
one spot so you can officially look at it, and be like, here's that one spot, right? Or maybe multiple spots and be like, you have to look at these 4 corners and these 2 points. If you see any tampering, then you got to put the scanner on it. If you put the scanner on it, and you don't get the beep beep on the chip, then it's
The
not.
thing is, why would we be tampering? Are they trying to remove them?
No, well, here's the thing, because it's $1,200.
Yeah.
They can make it look like it, but have fresh mozzarella in it, and sell it for half the price or maybe 3/4 of the price to people, and then they take it back to the restaurant. They cut it open, and it's not good cheese.
Well,
So
I'm thinking they're making a knockoff. So it's other countries, other regions, because it's got to be from a certain. It's got to be from a certain country and a certain region, right? And that certain country, that certain region, they're putting little microchips in there. But the other countries, all the other knockoffs, don't have the microchips. So when you, as a buyer, you're scanning it, like, I don't see microchips, so I'm not buying it.
how much business do you think the cheese business is
A lot?
worldwide?
Like a lot.
What's your guess?
What's your guess?
I know the number. So what's your guess?
$5 billion.
Times 8.
Yeah?
$40 billion a year. Cheese business be a little bit of a racket, Bob. We got to get in it.
Yeah.
We got to get in it.
yeah.
$40 billion a year. That's
Yeah.
worldwide, which makes sense, right? It's
That's all cheese. That's not even fancy cheese.
It's world. Yeah, no, you're talking American cheese.
Yeah, you're
now,
talking
bitch.
Kraft and shit.
You know how much American cheese? I bet there's $10 million of American cheese sold a day.
Well, what's the market for Parm?
I mean, Parm's probably pretty high. I mean, you have your different levels of craft graded to an actual fancy Parm. And I wish more people would educate themselves on cheese because, like, dude, that level you step up on cheese. And don't get me wrong, guys.
The Parmesan cheese market was valued at $15.5 million in 2021. And is estimated to reach 22 or almost 23 mil by 2031.
And that's Parm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, I'm not saying that some good old grated Parm ain't bad. I ain't saying mac and cheese is bad.
Yeah.
I would say if you ever want to elevate your cheese game, you get up some different levels. We've gone up some different levels. And I will say a bucket list trip for me will always be like Italy to go try some crazy cheeses.
I
Or
love
like,
Italy. I would love to go to Italy.
Even one time we just go over to Wisconsin and go to some
Oh,
places.
for sure, dude.
Our favorite, the cave place
Hooks,
we use,
yeah.
Hooks Cheese Company.
Yeah.
Um,
Hooks gave us like some fucking 20 or 30 year cheddar. It was dope as fuck.
it was 19-year-old
Okay.
cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
I've never had better cheddar cheese in my life.
Fantastic.
Don't
It has
know.
the little crystals in it, dude.
And I even saw Rob Dyrdek was making. It was like Wild Out when he was doing Wild Out. Was it Wild Out?
I don't know. He did so many things.
He was doing the most expensive grilled cheese possible.
Okay.
And he walks in a cheese store and he's like, I need your most expensive cheese. And they had Hook's 19-year-old cheddar. And that's what he put on his grilled cheese.
Like,
And I was like, I had that.
how much was it for that half pound? Was it like $50
It was like $50, yeah.
for like a halfer?
he
too?
paid like $150 for like 4 ounces.
Well, yeah, they're
Cheese store. you know, whatever.
upselling it to cook it for him and shit.
But
too,
that
as
was
well.
the cool. That was the coolest. And we had the best blue cheese from the. There was so
Yeah.
much good.
Yeah, Hooks is dope.
There was somebody recently I saw on my Facebook that went and visited there, like, and went there.
I'd check that out.
I can't remember who it was.
And they're in
I
Wisconsin,
think
right?
I didn't like him or something. No, maybe I did like him. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, they're in Wisconsin.
Fucking hate him now because he was there because I wasn't.
Yeah, they're like, oh, somebody recommended Hook's Cheese Company. We went there. Oh no, I do like him. I didn't remember who exactly it was. So I'm gonna
Oh,
contact
so he's
him.
cool. You're
But
cool.
yeah.
Even
but
though you were there and I wasn't.
Anyways, that doesn't matter. Cheese is just an experience.
Yeah, step up your cheese game.
There's not many people you meet that are like, I don't like cheese. It's like, well, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't cheese. Okay, but you still like cheese. But I do find it's hilarious. My twins, my kids. Jack doesn't really eat cheese. My little Charlotte, she'll eat cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear she's her dad. So I pull string cheese. She's like, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. I'm like, she'll eat a whole string cheese by herself.
Yeah.
Jack's like, nah.
He probably wants it fried and dipped in mozzarella, dipped in marinara.
He wants to eat some steak. So it's just different. But
That's also
yeah.
one of those things like somebody's like, hey, you want to eat like 5 mozzarella sticks? She's like, I don't know. Maybe not really. Maybe like 1 or 2. Like, what if I battered them, fried them, and served them with marinara? Like, yeah, I'll eat all 5. I eat all
what?
5 for sure, dude.
You got 12?
Can we have 10,
I-
12?
You making it gooey and cheesy?
Yeah.
Now it's not hard and I don't have to chew.
Dude, I kind of want to go eat some cheese right now, dude.
Let's go do it.
That's one of the best restaurants I work for, Moxie in Cleveland. We had a cheese board, and we had like 30 dope cheeses,
Yeah.
like 30 different dopes, and then we had a guy that was in charge of the cheese, almost like I don't know if there's a French name for a cheese guy,
There is.
like a wine guy.
There's 100% a French name for a cheese guy.
But like the wine guy's a sommelier.
He's basically a cheese sommelier, but I
Yeah.
don't
We had
remember.
a
There's an actual
cheesemonger.
name. Cheesemonger. That's it. It's a monger.
We
He's a
had
monger.
Chad the cheesemonger.
He's a
and
cheesemonger, yeah.
And he would decide which cheeses he would put on the board for that day. And he always had like a good spread of like a nice sharp hard and like
But
some
that
good
guy was
soft.
such a douchebag, though.
He was. But he was a cool dude. He's actually from Yorksville. No way! For sure.
Get the fuck out of
And
here.
he's missing half of his teeth.
No shot.
But he had a palate for cheese, man. 100%. 100%.
Hey, man.
Yeah, dude. Hey, you know.
Every
great
bit of
things.
math in that
And he was like this tall, and like he's probably like fucking 4 foot tall, like
He's
100
probably
pounds.
worldwide now. He's probably worldwide.
No, he didn't make it that big.
He went back to math.
Chad, if you were listening, I'm sorry if I. Yeah, I think
I'm
you're,
not
I'm
trying
sure
to-
you're doing well.
I'm not trying to offend you either.
There's not too many.
I
peop-
don't expect any.
There's not too many people out of that restaurant that didn't do great things,
Right.
but
We got
but
a
yeah.
UFC fighter and
But
a
we had,
peeler, the best cheese.
But literally,
monger
we had
ever.
like 30 different cheese that we had, kept in a big tote, and we kept them separate from other things, and they were climate controlled and shit. And so
Yeah, you gotta.
for a week, we would run this cheese board. Next week, it'd be a different cheese board, and then he'd always have different accoutrement for it, and like different jams and like honey or this and that, and like different fruits and fucking stuff depending on the season. It was fan-fucking-tastic, and it was awesome. Just like he's like, here, try a little bit of this. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is that? He's like, yeah, that's a blah 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 from blah blah blah. blah.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, dude! Like it almost came overwhelming. Like how you taste wine. It's like, well, what the fuck is that? It's like, yeah, it's a Merlot. It's got a blah. It's like, I think it tastes good. Well, what notes do you? I don't fucking care about notes. It's just delicious. you know.
Yeah. So like, I always want to do a thing where I took a block of cheese and tried to get mushroom spores and grow it out of it and see if it'd take the flavor out of it. Because there's a lot of moisture in cheese.
that
but
possible?
I don't know if I don't know.
I feel like somebody would have done that already. if
Probably
was
kill it,
possible.
right? Maybe can you mix a 50-50 with soil then?
I imagine. I'm guessing the mushrooms you get out of it are probably like not good enough to eat.
Or are you gonna trip balls?
Yeah, dude. I want to trip on cheese, dude.
Cheesy mushrooms, man.
Imagine you get. What are you doing this weekend? I'm gonna fucking eat a pound of cheese and just go into outer
You get
space,
some
bro.
creamy ass blue cheese. Eventually, you're gonna suck the moisture out of it, right?
I'm gonna go to outer space. I'm gonna have a grilled cheese sandwich.
All right, let's do one more, and then we'll call the show here. We're gonna try one more of these Bert Kreischer, or what's it called?
Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer's vodka. Pour Osos. 4
Yes.
bears.
4 Bears. I think 4 Bears. We had a damn good time.
Yeah, dude. We rambled on long enough. Thank you guys for watching. Take this glance. See.
Take this glance.
Take this chance to click like and subscribe. Let us know what your favorite cheese is, honestly. Yeah, we talked a lot about cheese, steaks, all the school
Yeah.
stuff. Even let us know what your favorite vodka is. Just chime in. Let us know. We love you guys.
Yeah, quit not talking to
Hey,
us, dickheads.
Did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time. Did you have a damn good time?
I did have a damn good time.
All right.
Love you, Cody. Love,
Love
you
you guys.
guys. We'll see you next week. Cheers.